So here's a quick review on how to do a histogram, and this is with a bin size that we've never used before. So I'm going to show you kind of the universal rule for figuring out how to set up your axes. So first thing I want to point out is that I've labeled my axes already. The y-axis is always frequency. The x-axis is whatever your data is showing. So in this case, it's change in mass, because this is an experiment 2.4 graph. But it might be different depending on what your data table says. On the frequency axis, go ahead and label up as high as you need to based on your data set. This will show how many points there are in each bin. Now we need to set up our bins on the x-axis. So this bin size is one we've never used before, 0.06, and we're going to place 0 in the center of a bin. So to figure out where I should put my 0 bin, I take a look and see what my most negative data point is. So in this case, it's 0.24. 0.06 goes into that about 4 times, and then I'm going to want a little extra, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's just say over here, and put 0 in this bin. Now why didn't I put it on the edge? Because it says to place 0 in the center of a bin, so I put 0 right there. You don't have to write the 0 in, but I always do just because it helps me figure things out. Now I know that 0 is in the center of this bin. I need to figure out what the edges of this bin are. So I take my bin size and I divide it by 2. 0.06 divided by 2 is 0.03. So this edge of this bin is going to be positive 0.03, and this edge is going to be negative 0.03. And then, to check my work, is this bin 0.06 wide? Yes, it is, because 0.03 on this side plus 0.03 on that side makes 0.06. Now I'm going to count up to label the rest of my bins. I count up by the bin size, which is 0.06. So my next one is going to be 0.03 plus 0.06, which equals 0.09, plus 0.06 is 0.15, plus 0.06 is 0.21. On the other side, I'm going to do the same negative. Negative 0.03 minus 0.06 is negative 0.09. Then it'll be negative 0.15, negative 0.21, negative 0.27. So to label your axes, once you have your 0 bin set up, on either side you count up and count down by the bin size. Now let's place our data points. So the first one, negative 0.02, where does that belong? Here. It's between 0.03 and positive 0.03. Negative 0.07, where does that belong? Here. Negative 0.16, where does that belong? Here. Negative 0.24, where does that belong? Here. 0.00 goes here. 0.02 goes here. positive 0.15. Now this one is right here. It's on the boundary between two bins. The rule of thumb is, if it's on the boundary, always put it in the bin to the right. 0.03 is in the same situation. It's on the boundary, so I put it in the one to the right. And there you have it, a histogram for this data set.